morning, everybody. Welcome to City Life. I'm Linda Bown. I'm your host. I have Lee Gitschier with me from the Greater Lowell Regional Vocational School.
The Vogue. I get yelled at when I say that.
But now you've had your graduation.
Yeah, it was nice. That was last Tuesday night.
Was Eric the speaker?
He was. I didn't have any eggs. They wouldn't let me throw them at him on the stage. Yeah, it was good. It was a good graduation. It was good. It was 2 hours, which is just the right amount of time. It's not about us. It's about the kids.
Yeah.
Let them, get the diploma, go with your families, eat, have a good time afterward.
Oh, I saw pictures of the prom. Just adorable.
Yeah,
Exciting.
it's busy out there right now. Like tonight's the LPN graduation painting ceremony. I'll be out there at 5 o'clock. Yeah, it's real busy out there. And then today's the last day of school. I believe they have a half day. So school's out. They'll be off for a couple of weeks, and then you have the freshmen. They open the school up. I think it's 3 weeks in July for them to get. I call it the freshman orientation. Well, they'll come in and walk around the school, there's my classes, stuff like that. Yeah, it's pretty good.
That's exciting.
It is for them, and I mean the eighth graders coming in, they should take advantage of it because it's a big school. You'll walk through the school, you'll meet some teachers, you kind of get your feet wet. I don't know if it's broken down to 1 week 3 times or the kids are there for 3 weeks. I never really looked into it, but I call it the freshman orientation for the summer. Plus, it gives the kids something to do.
Now, do they go to all the different shops and things like that?
Freshmen, yeah, they take every shop for 2 weeks, I believe it is. I believe it's 2 weeks. They take every shop, and then it's okay. What's your grade? What's your shop? Let's go. Very competitive. It's very competitive to get in the shops. I mean, you need your 99s and 100s.
Really?
And even then, there was a couple of shops last year. 99s came down to tiebreakers, which is the cumulative score of all the shops. Which I
Lee, you're talking right, so 9900 what?
In your shop grade.
In the shop.
So say you take electrical.
Now, are they easy markers over there?
There are some that are easy markers. There's some that aren't, and that's it's not. It depends on the teacher. Some are easy markers, some aren't. Some take it serious. Where a 92 is a good grade to get, like in engineering. That's a good grade.
So if you went to this class, what would you score?
In which class?
These classes that you're having,
If you want to get in the trade.
No, if Lee Gitschier took the class, what would you score?
I've been out of there 40 years. I mean, I would hope I'd score 100.
Okay.
I mean, I would
So
hope.
it's easily gained.
Oh no, you can get there. I mean, the thing that bothers me with the tiebreakers are, you got to take every shop. So use me. I mean, I don't want to be a part of early childhood education. You can teach me to change a diaper and. If I went to...
It's a good thing to learn, Dad.
No, it is. No, I'm not knocking it. It's just not something I would be interested in. So you sit there, you keep your mouth closed, you become a good student, you go to the 2 weeks, you take your 70 and you get out of there. Or you're 80 and you get out of there. Well, what happens is if you get a 99 in electrical and 50 kids are getting in and there's 60 99s, well, now it comes down to cumulative score. Now, I'm getting punished because I didn't get a great grade in early childhood, which because it comes down to cumulative. Now we add up all the shop scores, divide it by the 20 shops, and what's your average?
Oh,
so
my.
If you get
do they understand that?
Oh no, they're taught. That's why you should go to this orientation. They break it down real simple for you, and the shop selections it's very competitive. It's harder to get in the shop than it is back in the. And I'm not talking the lottery. The lottery's a joke. We all know that. I'm not a lottery guy. Prior to getting into the school, the shops were more competitive than getting into school. I'll go on record as saying that. I believe that. Some people think I'm crazy. In order to get into a shop, it's more competitive than it was getting into the school. My opinion. I mean, it's hard to get in some of these shops. I mean, plumbing, electrical, HVAC is like a blood sport to get in there. Those are those are the 3 most wanted shops. You get your marketing. That's very, very, very competitive to get in marketing.
Really?
Yeah, it's if you don't get your 100 nursing, that's very hard to get nursing. Now I assume I'm going to go on. I think Vet Tech. It's our new shop. I think that's going to be competitive to get into. I saw rumblings online. People are upset they couldn't get into it this year. Well, it wasn't. DESE held us back because it was a separate building. They told us, okay, you can start the program, and then they backtracked on us. So, kids took the shop, but they actually couldn't get into it
Oh, okay.
because it was a separate building.
Where is the building?
Right out by Masonry. We just built another building out there.
Okay.
Well, it was a shell, and then we
Yeah.
took it off and we, built another building.
Yeah.
There's constantly everything happening out there. There's constantly stuff happening.
Oh, I just find the school quite amazing that, so you have the pinning tonight.
The pinning was tonight. Monday I was there for eight people that retired.
No kidding.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
how's the recruiting for teachers?
The trade side's hard
Yeah.
because, to get an electrical teacher, a plumber, or a carpentry teacher, we had one carpentry teacher retire, so, and Pat Couillard's a great teacher, it's going to be hard to fill his shoes.
Yeah.
Because they're doing so well out there in the field.
Yeah.
And, to grab somebody that is as knowledgeable as he is to bring them back in, you got to start them off at the top step because it's not worth them even leaving the field to come back in. It's just not. The money,
What's the top step?
over $100,000.
Okay.
Call it 110, maybe 115 right in there somewhere. The top
Okay.
step.
That's what they offer a school teacher in New York City,
To start?
$100,000.
Yeah, it's one. I don't know their steps. I should,
But for Greater Lowell Volk to be getting the same salary as a New York school teacher, I think you need your head examined out there.
I don't know. I mean, that's the going rate. I mean, they get their 2% raises, and
I'm just,
this
I'm
last
just,
contract.
I'm just talking out loud as a
yeah,
taxpayer.
no, this. I mean, I
You
can't argue.
you guys seem to think, every school committee seems to think, they're Santa Claus.
That's not true. We don't think that.
And
out
money grows on trees.
there. We don't think that out there. I mean, they're paid comparable to what everybody else surrounding towns are with us. I think our teachers do a great job out there.
I'm
and,
not saying they're not doing a great job.
I mean,
If you wrote me a check for $100,000 for being a school teacher, I'd cash the check. But I'm just saying you're starting off too. We have to pay the top rate, we won't get them.
well,
it's $100,000.
that's on the trade side. Now, on the academic side, they got to run the steps like everybody else. I mean, you start at the bottom, you work your way up.
What's the starting pay on the other side?
Well, the trade side, actually, if they take it, you offer them 70 grand? That's the bottom step, I believe, is 70 grand. And then you got to work your way up. Every year, you get an incremental raise to the steps, and it depends on how your degree and the units of the credits, the CEUs you take. It just that's what it is. I mean, I've been out there doing it for, I don't know, this will be my 8th year. We just hired a new superintendent. He's not getting paid what the other superintendent's getting. So I mean, I can't even discuss it because the meeting's tomorrow night. We got to sign the contract. So, but he's not making what the other superintendent's making. So
What's up by $2?
no, it's
$10.
no, a little more than that.
$100?
A lot more.
$100?
I can't get into it. Once the
See,
contract's
now
signed.
he's smiling. See,
No, it's more than $100.
He's doing the John Cox method.
No,
Your
no,
taxes
it's
are
more.
going down.
Put it this way:
Going
it's
down
more than
2 cents.
100,000. It's more than.
Wow.
It's more than 5,000. How about that?
I understand.
It's. I can't
Well, I
get
don't-
into it. The contract's not signed yet, so I don't
See,
want
to give these guys more money than you're paying this guy right now, the person you have now, the gal you have now,
It's not going to.
it's an insult.
It,
And page 2 is, you got to give him a goal to get to. This
Well,
guy
he-
hasn't lifted a pencil yet, and you're giving him more
well,
money.
see, here's where, and I defended him in negotiations, and I'll come out and I can talk about that. I just can't. He was second in charge. Every goal that we hit out there, he was part of that team. He knows He knows what he's getting into. I was a firm believer in hiring Mike Barton. I think it's the right move. He was second in charge behind Jill. He's been there under Jill for.
Did you do a search, or did you just settle
No,
on it right away?
I was adamant on not doing a search. I was like, we have the guy sitting right there. I'm not going to waste my time going to.
Or money.
No, well, listen, hold on. Let's go to Essex Tech and sit there in a controlled environment to watch somebody teach or do their job in their house.
Yeah.
I'm not going to watch you bake cookies in your house. I don't care. What are you doing at Greater Lowell?
Yeah.
And this kid's been under fire. He's been there. He's seen it. The MCAS scores have gone up. The attendance is there. Now, does he have a challenge with the lottery? Yeah, and he understands what the challenge is. He's helped build the foundation to get us where we are now. Mm-hmm. And I truly believe he's the right person. Vachine and myself.
What is this new superintendent's full name?
Mike Barton. He's the assistant superintendent.
B-A-R-K?
B-A-R-T-O-N.
Barton.
Barton,
Okay.
yeah. So,
Gotcha.
he, I truly believe he's the right person for the job. He's been there. He knows the school. He's been part of the process of helping build the kids up.
What goals do you have for this guy in mind?
I would like to see the attendance rate stay the same. It's going to be a little tough with the lottery coming in, so we're going to have to go get these kids. I would like to see the MCAS scores keep.
Are these goals being given to him? Or?
Oh, he knows the goals. Yeah.
No, that was not the question. Are these goals being given to him as targets?
He has his targets. He's signing the contract, or hopefully he signs the contract tomorrow. And here's your goals. He knows exactly what he's getting into.
So my takeaway from what you just said is it's in his contract.
What, say again?
These goals are in his contract.
No, there's no goals in the contract.
Oh,
the goals come outside. Well, no, there's goals, John. You can't set goals in the contract.
Yes, you can.
What would you like me to set in the contract? You have to be. MCAS has to go up 5%.
Yeah.
So you want me to tie his job into little Sally that doesn't want to go to school or doesn't want to
in his little salary?
No, little Sally or little Timmy. You want me to tie who has a bad night and can't, pass the MCAS? I can't put it on him.
Okay, look at the first...
I mean, if he's there...
I'm glad you don't run the fire department, Lee. I love arguing with Lee. I'm glad you don't because... Lee,
we're talking apples and oranges now. Fire is teaching.
We've been at this fire for 8 hours. We need some rest. We'll be back.
That's a whole different, John.
We'll be back tomorrow.
John, that's a whole different world.
Well, if the firemen successfully put out a fire every time they go there.
And teachers successfully teach every time they go there.
Even when they're having a bad day, they still put the fire out.
So you want me to hold him responsible for little Timmy, who doesn't show up for MCAS that day. We go get little Timmy, we bring him there, and he decides I'm just going to fill in the blank. Make pretty designs on the paper.
Yes, I do.
I'm going to hold him responsible.
I expect this new superintendent to push excellence out the door.
And he will. That's his goal.
And he's got no goals in his contract. He can sit there and twiddle his thumbs.
John, there's two different things. The contract's what he's going to make is his sick time, his salary. The goals are over here. We set expectations. That's over here. If you don't uphold your goals, and we take a vote in the school committee to get rid of you, you're gone.
Wait, I'm just giving you a hard time because I think these guys just get a golden parachute from day one, and everything's okay. Like the Tom Golden thing. Let's give him an extension on his contract. He's got another year to go on a contract.
Apples and oranges in my world. We have goals out there. We set them. We hit them. I mean, are there certain goals we haven't hit? Yeah, there's some goals we haven't hit. I mean, I wanted the 8 classrooms done 6 months earlier. It didn't. They didn't get there. The manufacturer was behind on bringing the classrooms.
Don't you wish Ralph Hogan was here too? I wish Ralph was here today. The birthday boy. I wish Ralph was here today. I could bounce these questions off of him too.
Yeah, I mean it's simple to me. I mean, yeah, we set goals. He's going to hit his goals. He knows what he has to do. I think we selected the best person for the job, and I'm not going to backtrack on it.
Here's somebody from your fan club.
Good morning. The attendance numbers at the vocational school are great. So my humble opinion, it looks like the Voc has a good leader going forward. I'm hearing a co-op provider at the Greater Lowell Regional High School was recently arrested for proposition of a minor who happened to be a student at the school. Can any information be provided by the committeeman?
I haven't heard that at all. And
Wow.
I would have heard that. So I haven't heard that at all. I'm sure. I'm hoping. I don't think it's Greater Lowell. I haven't heard that at all. I mean, I'll ask. We would have heard that right off the bat.
When he said co-op, would that be a co-op teacher at the school or someplace
No,
they
it'd be
get to a place?
someplace where they place for work. It could be masonry. It could be carpentry. It could be marketing. It could be a bank. It could be anything. So
How do you vet them?
we have an office. She does a great job too. Our co-op numbers basically 50% of the seniors were out in co-op working every other week.
But how do you vet the people, I mean, you're looking for places for
Oh,
the
they gotta
kids
go
to
through Cory checks and all that.
Oh, okay.
They go through the Cory checks and all that, make sure the insurance is up to date and stuff like that. They absolutely get vetted through the co-op department. She does a great job. I think we had 20% of the junior class who goes out in February. They can go out in February. We already had 20% of them out working co-op.
No kidding.
And we had 50% of the senior class. And the problem we have with the kids in co-op is, you need transportation.
I was just gonna ask you, how do you get them there?
Well, they have to get themselves there. It's,
Okay.
welcome to the real world, right? That's what we teach them. I wish we could provide transportation for the kids to get them there. We just
Their
can't.
mothers find the way to divorce us, don't they?
I know, John. I know it's crazy. It is. Look at it. I looked at the co-op sheet last meeting, and I think it was electrical. There was 4 open jobs and 16 kids sitting. I'll call it in the bench, and they didn't have a license. So we had 4 jobs not filled because they couldn't get there. I mean, or they had no license.
And there's no public transportation.
You mean driver's license?
Driver's license, yeah. Driver's license, yeah. That's basically the problem with co-op at Greater Lowell is you have to get there. You need a license. You have to be able to drive, and that's with any job, right?
Well,
I mean, not if you're a teller at the bank. As long as you get to the bank, you don't need a license. But for any construction job, you need a license. You're gonna have to drive that vehicle.
do kids now, you got your license, everybody got their license, do kids not get their license as much?
I don't know whether it's a combination of they're not getting their license or they just can't afford the car and the
The car and
insurance.
the insurance.
I mean, I would think, like, if you look at the stats at Greater Lowell, we're one of the top 7 poorest vocational schools, medium income wise, in the state.
Wow.
You would think, you get things with Dunstable, Drake and Lowell, but Drake, people have money in Drake, not as much as you think, not as
No.
much as you think in Tingsboro too. In Lowell, we know what we have in Lowell.
Is language a problem?
It's like John and I were bouncing texts off each other yesterday, and all these freshmen coming in, he was talking about reading and asking me if we have a reading program. So what happens when the freshmen come in, and this got implemented, it was probably before Jill, but I'm going to say Jill took it to the next level, the superintendent. And here's where Mike Barton worked hard with Jill on this. So the kids will come in and take an assessment test. So right there when they walk through the door, we know where their weaknesses are. Mm-hmm. Can they comprehend reading? Are they strong in math? Are they good in this section? And then we pile it, we say, okay, Lee's not good at reading. He's going to need help coming through this door. And the problem we have is we don't put that foundation there. So we're getting kids that are coming out of 8th grade. So they had K through 8 to learn how to read, write. Mm-hmm. And here's what my beef with Desi is we don't keep anybody back. Everybody passes. Everybody gets a trophy. Here's your lollipop. Walk across the stage. Here's your diploma. Have fun. And it has to change. Sooner or later, it has to change. And you're targeting, and I say target, a deficiency in a child who can't maybe do algebra, mm-hmm. which has a hard time. And people are like, "Oh, why algebra?" Okay, well, if 6 oranges are $1, how much is an orange?
Yeah.
And that's real world math, right? You should know what the price of an orange is. But they struggle with it. Some of them struggle with reading, and the language barrier. But we work on it. You have the ELL program, and mm-hmm. they're very good. And so when the assessment comes in, they look at it and they'll say, okay, Lee needs help in reading, and he's not strong enough in math, so we're gonna target that. And they work and they fix the deficiencies. I'm a firm believer. That's why our MCAS scores are going up, because of the assessment coming in.
Well, that makes sense.
It does, but it took us a while to get there because you have to put the time in to do it.
Well, for years you didn't pay attention to it.
No, you're 100% right. John, for years we were a vocational school, right? Our job was to get them out there in the world working, right? And we're like, hey, let's drill down on your shop. You have related math.
This is
to
a
the
much
shop.
different school than it was
Yeah,
10 years ago.
look at, I have no problem saying this. I graduated in '87. It'll be 40 years next year. This school, when I went there, we were called the joke. We went there, we did our trade, we went to work, right? A couple kids went to college here or there. If you went to Middlesex, you were an anomaly.
Yeah.
You didn't go to Lowell. You didn't, a couple kids did here or there. Now every kid's coming out. We have a kid getting to Harvard. The valedictorian's going to Harvard. I was looking at the wall Monday with a couple of retirees that retired. And I'm looking at kids sign where they're going to college. You got Babson up there. Babson, you couldn't even spell Babson when I was in '87.
Yeah.
We didn't know what Babson was. It's just a different school. And these kids, I don't want to say there's two tiers of kids or there's three different tiers of kids. And some of them, they don't stay back. And some of these kids need to stay back. And we just don't do it. It's frowned upon.
Well, I think everybody I talk to, and probably you talk to, are in agreement. It's just that Desi isn't.
Yeah, but Linda, no, we let the teachers' union off the hook way too easy. If the teachers' union decides we're going to go on strike for 2 days, we're going to have a work slowed, we're going to work to contract, and let them try any one of those legal stunts. They get news set to 4, 5, 7, 11s, comes down, interviews them. The union has a lot of power. The union is looking the other way when it comes to promoting our children.
It's a combination.
The teachers are frustrated. They love their students. They know this kid can't make it. This kid's he needs special attention. And the union just says, let him go. Let him go.
I don't
And
think it's a
ruins
union.
the kid. Linda, to make a teacher pass me, and I'm the dummy in the class. I haven't been to school all year. I'm getting promoted anyway.
See, I'm not in the school every day. I don't know how that works. I can see teachers
Well,
getting
how many
frustrated.
kids stayed back?
None.
Zero.
Yeah,
But
but
that-
I don't know.
that's not-
I don't know if a teacher's sitting there failing the kid, and then it's getting changed. I don't know how. I can't answer that question. It's like anything else. I know there's guys I work with in the union that are frustrated with the way the company does stuff, and you still have to go. Here's the SOP, the operating procedure. You have to go by that. And
Lee,
some
I'm
guys-
100% with you, but I mean,
I don't, John. I think it's a combination. We're in Calorie Park, right?
we are forcing the teachers to look the other way.
I believe. No, that's 100% true.
And then the union could stand up and say, you know what, you don't have to look the other way. If you don't want to pass this kid, don't pass him.
Well,
It's
that's
wrong nationwide, not just Mass.
No, that's
nationwide.
100% true. You're 100% true. I mean, what will happen to that teacher if he says, no, I'm not passing him? Does the kid pass anyway? I don't know the answer to that question. We do and I'm going to just focus on grade Lowell. We do a good job out there where I don't believe, are there some kids falling through the cracks? Probably. I mean, I don't know. Is it minute? I would hope so.
Well, the discipline you have out at that school about the quality of their conduct in the building, the fact that you have somebody, if the kid bangs out sick, you got somebody who's going to
Yeah,
go
we
to
go
their
get
house
them.
and knock on their door.
Yeah, no, that's.
City of Lowell doesn't do that.
Well, that's the major piece, and and here's my take on this, and this is why I pound on the attendance rate, right? If you're not in school, you can't learn, and that's the bottom line. And even if little Johnny or Lee doesn't want to learn, and he's sitting in that classroom, you're going to learn something that day.
Yeah.
You have to be in the classroom, and if you don't go get that kid to bring him to class, and I don't want to hear single parents this and that. I was divorced, and you go get your kid, you bring him to school.
Yeah.
You set that foundation. I don't, then don't have kids. You know what I mean? That's the bottom line. You have a child, you have expectations, and teach it, show it do the right thing. And I know it's hard for some people, but if you don't go to school at grade Lowell, Tim Fallon, who I still call him the dean of discipline because that's what he was when I was there, but he's a truant officer. The second day, there's a phone call, and he's at your door the third day. Where are you? Come on, let's go. You're coming to school. There's no nonsense with him, and it creates a culture in the school. And and the teachers and the administration, the superintendent have a big part of that culture in the school where they look out for each other. Like I said, I went to the retirement for the 8 teachers on Monday. When that school bell rang at 2:00, If I wasn't wrestling or playing baseball or football, I was on that bus. I was out of there. I didn't want to stay in school. There was 40 kids in the mall just hanging around, waiting for the 5 o'clock bus. I mean, what are you doing waiting for the 5 o'clock bus? But that's the type of culture there. Like when you walk into this, like a subcommittee meeting at 4:30, and there's kids sitting there doing homework in the mall. Last thing I wanted in the world was when I was there was sitting at Greater Lowell at 4 o'clock, doing homework. But that's the culture there now, and I love it. It's a good culture. We have a great cross country team. I wish we were better in sports a little bit, but I mean, it's our track team. They just win. They just win.
No kidding.
There's the cross country team and the outdoor track, indoor track. They just win. I mean, they just roll it through the CAC. It's impressive. It's impressive. We had a kid, I think it was Maurice King. I think his name is. He won the states this year. I don't know if it was a mile or something like that, but yeah, he won the D3 states, which is very impressive. They don't give those away. You actually have to win that one. And we sent 8 kids to Skills USA Nationals. We had a bronze medalist, which is she took 3rd in the country.
Wow.
So that, to me, we're doing the right thing out there. These kids are every opportunity they want, they have. Like this summer, there's a peer mentorship program where they go to Vermont. They're in the woods for a weekend, and they're going to that. So it's good to watch them come back and tell us about the program. I think we're doing the right thing out there. But John, you're right. I mean, when we get these kids coming in, some of the kids are falling behind, and and it's not just Lowell. Some of them in Drake and Tingsboro.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, well, what's the expectation there? And sometimes it takes away from the shop where we have to drill down and fix. Fix a deficiency in, say, math, and the kid wants to be in engineering, and he's math deficient in one part of it, and you're not going to get in there because you're not going to get the grade because you're deficient here, and they do a great job out there driving it down and fixing it. Can we do better? You can always do better, right? I mean, this.
Do you get any? Now, why is it that you have a truant officer and they don't anywhere else?
I think they have them in the city. I would hope they do.
I don't think so.
Well, they
I
should.
don't think Tingsboro does.
Well, they should. I mean, it starts right
I
there.
agree.
I mean, you don't need a full-time truant officer. I mean, in the morning you can pay them, 4 hours a day. I mean, so 20 hours a week, and you go in. The office knows who's not there. The office makes the calls. You have someone in the office. We have 4 people in the office who are outstanding. I mean, they're very good. I call them the disciplinarians. And probably I've used the wrong term, but that's what they were when I was there. We had 2. We had Mr. Murphy and Mr. Fallon. They were the deans of discipline. If you got jammed up, you got put right there, and you didn't want to see them. They weren't. You were in in-house. It wasn't nice. It wasn't pretty. Now we don't even have in-house. I mean, I think we have a quasi in-house. I mean, Desi, you can't discipline these kids like you could when I was there, or like you could 10 years ago. Before COVID, you could. I mean, they did a walkthrough and they said we were heavy-handed with discipline because we got in-house, and 2 years later, the in-house teacher was cut out of the budget, which I don't know. It is what it is. I'm a big proponent. If a kid acts out in class, there's no reason why they should be back in there.
Yeah. Does the vocational school have a driver education program like All High had back in the 80s?
So let me answer that. We did, and we couldn't get bids on it once Lowell Auto School Gallagher when they stopped doing it. We couldn't. No one would bid the process. I mean, I would love to have that back, but I've asked, and no one will bid it. I guess it's not cost effective for the auto schools.
Really?
Yeah. So what happens is, I love that last one.
A question for Mr. Gitschier. What food item is the best that the culinary department created?
Listen, all of it. I love the artisan. I'm probably in there, I don't know, once a month.
Is it still
Listen,
open
by
to
the
the
way,
public?
by the way, the Tops Cafe, John. One day we'll have to go out there and get your coffee, or we'll have to go to the Artisan. I see you Monday. I mean, you're busy during the day, so it's hard for you to get out there.
Well, answering the question, when you go out there to eat something, and you see a certain, what do you consider a treat? Oh, I got to get that. That's what the audience is asking.
I can't answer it because it depends on what's so special. I mean, I've gotten Santa Fe.
Okay, Mr. Politician.
No, it's not Mr. Politician.
On the text. Okay, we'll turn the page. Linda?
He just likes food. This is not to be read on the show.
Okay.
But if I were Mr. Gitschier, I would contact Tingsboro Police Department ASAP and ask. The provider in question is a business owner in Tingsboro.
If this is true, it's already addressed. I mean, I'll ask the question as soon as we leave the show to the superintendent.
I'm sorry, I don't read the text before I put them on.
Yeah, no, that's not fine. If it's true, it'll be it should already be addressed. If you know it, I'm sure the school knows it.
Do they make donuts out at the school? The next question is.
They don't. They don't. I don't believe they do. No.
With
But-
Lowell loving donuts, why don't we teach them how to make donuts?
I mean, you know I'm a fan of donuts.
Yeah, Lowell loves donuts.
I mean, I love the donut shack. I mean, I was going to get you donut shack today, but you don't want the donuts anymore.
No, diabetes.
I know.
Diabetes. Keep the doctor smiling.
So we all suffer.
I mean, John, getting back to the culinary question, I mean, I had Santa Fe tacos out there. They were outstanding. The burgers are good. You know what I really like is the buffet on the holidays. That's my favorite when they do the buffet on the holidays because you get some prime rib, you get a steak.
Really?
Oh, yeah,
Well, now
they do it right.
we have big holiday coming up. Juneteenth's coming up this week. Aren't you having a holiday buffet?
School's closed, John. Today's the last day.
Okay.
Today's the last day.
Well,
I feel bad for the teachers. That's a holiday. They just don't get it. We actually do the right thing. We make kids go to school in snow and cold weather. In heat, we have AC. Go figure.
Good.
I feel bad for Lowell because, and they got to figure this out. And this is just me venting on election days. These kids are getting punished right now for election days, and they're going to. I think this is 23rd. Lowell has to go to, and it's just not right. I mean, we need to.
Oh, because of the
Yeah, because they closed the school. We need to do better. They should be in school, segregate the voters, and figure it out. It's just they shouldn't be going to school this late.
Yeah.
It should never be past. Honestly, it should never be past the third week of June. It just shouldn't. You got 180 days. Figure it out. It's just we went through that little heat wave there. The classrooms, half of these classrooms in Lowell don't have AC. It's 90 degrees in there. Mm-hmm. You can't bring them outside because it's just as bad outside.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
people
Are
are saying,
teaching these kids pizza?
"What's that?"
The next question comes out. We teach them how to make pizza.
They do at Greater Lowell.
Okay.
They do. The TOPS program, the special needs program, they do actually have a good pizza there. That cafe is. So when you come in, John, I was talking about that to the right.
Yep.
The Artisans here, if you go down to the right, that cafe is run by the special needs. Their pizza in there, their sandwiches. Yep. Real good.
Beautiful.
Is
It's-
it open for the public?
Yeah, you have to make a
lunch?
reservation. You make a
Okay.
reservation and you just call up and say, hey, I want to make a reservation. I think it's 11:15 to 1. You get that small window and yeah, it's $20. That includes your tip, if you want a tip.
Really?
Yeah, you don't, I mean,
Wait a
they've,
second.
of
I
course
go to
you
the
gotta
senior
tip.
center for $2. Well, how much?
so a burger in there is like $5 with fries.
Okay.
It's reasonable. It's not.
That's good.
Yeah, it's reasonable.
I'm happy with that.
It's reasonable, John. They're not, this is about the kids learning how to, it's the hotel lodging management
Yeah.
and culinary. It's them learning how to wait on tables, get the food out, how to cook an order, and wait on a table. Basically, that's their shop week. Mm-hmm. And I love going in there. I'll go in once a month. I'll sit down with Eric. We'll eat and
Yeah.
bust each other's chops, and off we go.
Well,
I didn't get to see the meeting last night. Anything good happen in the meeting last night?
It was a nice meeting.
Yeah.
Your brother was up and down talking about different things, and I thought it was a well-managed meeting. Though my friends Rita and Sean Rita Mercier and Sean McDonough
Are they button heads?
are little childish things going on there.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I mean,
for what?
it happens. Not everybody's
Well,
it's
I
not
don't
cool
know
by
what-
every time.
I don't know what set Rita off, but I'm sitting there watching, playing on my phone, listening to the meeting at the same time. And Rita says, well, I don't have the time like somebody who's not working to be able to look this stuff up. So that went right.
Oh, that would sit wrong with me too.
That went right to McDonough's craw.
Yeah, well, that's a shot. That's a shot.
And so he fired back at her or something. That just oh boy.
I mean, that is a shot. I mean,
But no, I've told him before. You crank Rita, and you don't do that. You don't mess.
well, it's like look at it. It's like my brother Eric. If you crank him, you're getting a tiger by the tail. Expect it
No,
back.
he likes it.
Yeah, but no, he's going to give it back to you.
He
Just
likes
like Rita. Rita's not going to take your garbage.
No.
I've known Rita since I was a little kid. She's not going to take it. She's going to give you a shot.
You
and-
want to stay on Rita Mercer's good side, and
Yep.
he's not trying to do that. But hey, that's got to learn on your own.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I mean, I kind of like the makeup of the city council. I do. I like it. It's a good makeup.
It was a good meeting. I enjoyed watching it. They got a lot.
I got a charge out of one of Eric's Facebook posts about solar panels, and so I just love the comments about. Well, you should check out the rates in South Lowell. My rates have gone up. I'm like, well, if your rates have gone up, every rate in the city's gone up. What do you think, South Lowell special? We charge you more for electricity than in the Highlands and Belvedere?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, maybe your water pressure's down because Markley's using more water. I still find that hard to believe, but
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a big proponent of Markley, but it is what it is. Be nice to the neighbors and figure it out.
I wish they would be.
Markley doesn't hear that.
They don't care. They don't have to care, John, right?
Yeah, well, see, if I were the city manager, I would be on their case a lot more so. And I think the fact that they write big fat checks to politicians running for jobs should stop.
Ethically speaking, you're 100% right. Now, let's look at who does business with Markley, right? You get the
Well,
FBI,
so
the
we
NSA,
find-
it's all there.
We find out that Lee Gitschier for chief cook and bottle washer got a $5,000 donation from Markley. It should be in the Lowell Sun. It
Yeah,
should
they're
be on
gonna,
Facebook.
they're gonna cope you out to. I mean, that's where you gotta go dig in the OPFC, right?
Mm-hmm.
And see who's given to who. Yeah, I mean,
Well, we have all these scoundrels out on Facebook that love to throw rocks. Why don't you have any evidence? Throw it out there.
well, you know what it is. You gotta go digging, and people like to throw rocks, and they don't want to go do the
the
work.
database is just so freaking easy. You just go through Markley,
Yeah,
see
you
what
just
they're doing, and it'll list everybody they've ever given money to.
You could type in Eric's name right now. John could go to OPC, put it up on the screen, and it'll show you who gives to him.
Yeah.
You know, it's real simple. I mean, it's easy.
And Bud Caulfield.
I hate using Eric. We'll use Bud Caulfield.
Long time friend of mine. He says, John, when you donate to a politician, that only guarantees you one thing: that they'll actually take your phone call. That's all it guarantees. They'll take your call. Take your phone call. They're not going to agree with you.
Not unless
you
you're
don't
on
have to agree. But guaranteed, I will take. If they were kind enough to send me some money, and they call me an issue, I'm going to take their phone call.
Yeah.
Like I take everybody's phone call. But other than that,
Look at let's
They're
use
not gonna sway
John.
you
Let's
much.
use the lottery, right? So, I had on my Facebook the Greater Lowell thing, and I just share what the school puts out on there. I never throw anything out on there, but during the lottery thing, I must have had 20, 30 messages and calls about we don't want the lottery. I didn't get one single message and call in favor of it. So when it came down to it, they're like, well, this is mandated. We have to pass it. I'm just going to listen to who votes for me. No, I'm not, no.
vote present.
No, I'm not, I didn't vote for it. I voted against the lottery, and I still think, I think we should have, what are you going to do to me? What were they going to do to Greater Lowell? No, we're not going to fund you? So what are we going to do with these 2,400 kids? We're going to burden Drake and Tingsboro, Dunstable, and Lowell with 2,400 kids? They're going to do garbage. You're going to give us the money, shut up, and move on. Yeah. And we might have lost a grant. So let me roll that back. We got a $2 million grant to do the plumbing program over. Maybe we don't get that grant. Maybe we're in the middle of getting vet tech. Maybe Desi turns around and says, "Oh, you want to screw with us here? We're not going to give you vet tech." So let me get this straight. You're going to hurt a majority minority school and not give us vet tech because we don't want your lottery that we already did back in the 80s and know it doesn't work. And I mean, I say this, it has to be a complete collapse for us to go back to the way we were. And I don't think there was a bias in our admission policy. Go to school, get decent grades,
Yeah.
And
And
we
attendance.
even took out the recommendation of the school councils because we felt as though that could be, the council might say, hey, no, we don't want you at Greater Lowell. Now, who is the counselor to say, I don't want you at Greater Lowell if the kid wants to go there? So we even removed that from the admissions policy because it hinted at a bias.
Yeah.
This lottery to me is just a joke. I don't know. It's just a joke. I'm not in favor of it. It's just, it hurts kids that do the right thing, go to school, get good grades. Those are the kids that, and I know people can say, well, trades are made for the kids that, that can't learn.
Well, Lee, are you prepared to kick some of these kids out when they fail?
Yeah. You look at you.
So
You
okay.
shouldn't pass, John.
So I win by this lottery thing. I win.
Well, can we kick them out? You can't kick anybody out because of Desi. I mean, you can't throw a kid out of Greater Lowell.
So I'm failing.
We don't, John. They don't fail. I would love to look you right in the face and say,
Nobody fails.
since I've been on I don't think anybody stayed back. We've had kids come back in and get their diploma because of MCAS, and once they fulfill the requirements, they've come back before the school committee. We hand them the diploma. Those are that right there is a kid that's dedicated. Mm-hmm. Okay, he didn't pass MCAS. He fulfills his obligations. He passes MCAS and comes back in a year later, and we hand him a diploma. Those are the kids I love.
But that isn't necessary anymore, is it?
No, I don't believe so. No, you're going to hit requirements. That's another joke. We have no.
I think this person misunderstood.
Wow. That was very disrespectful of Councilor Mercier. Those who want respect, give respect.
I don't know, Jay.
I didn't hear
Yeah, you had to see the context of it. I didn't see it. I don't think Rita's disrespectful at all, and I don't think Sean took it as disrespect. I don't know if Sean did or didn't, but I don't. I've known Rita. She's basically 50 years of my life.
Yeah.
And I don't. She's not disrespectful at all. I mean, I don't know what led up to it. I didn't watch the meeting, but
It was a good meeting.
yeah, I'm not.
They know when
Look
they
at
might.
Rita,
I get a kick out of
if Rita said that to me, I'd start laughing. I would laugh. I mean, it's a shot.
excluding all the city councils that have been mentioned this morning. They all know when their mic's on. They all know when their mic's on, and they'll act like their mic wasn't on, and they'll say, "That Lee's a dummy."
Yeah, look at it.
And they know their mic's on, but
Look,
they'll act like they
if
don't
you
know
don't think
it's
we
on.
say that at Greater Lowell, right? Well, someone will say something, and you kind of sit down, and you're like, why?
Yeah.
The mic's, you're on. You know,
You're
everything.
sitting across the table from the person.
You know everything. You just turn around, and you're like, you're gonna be, and we'll drop you're gonna be kidding me.
You guys need a different room for your meetings. Just sitting at a big lunch table.
Yeah, that's the superintendent's office. I know. And you know what? The pecking order. You don't know where
It just doesn't look
sitting. I know. You don't know where you're sitting. So, like, Ralph. Ralph has a hard time hearing. So we try to get him up front.
Yeah.
So we can hear Paul run the meeting, right? Mr. Moran run the meeting. Kelly Richardson has a hard time hearing. So kind of get him up front. So there's a pecking order. It's supposed to go the chairman, vice chair, secretary, and then as you
Doesn't the
rotate out.
PA work in the room?
What's that?
When you speak into the microphone, doesn't it come over the speakers in the room?
No.
That's genius.
So you have a hot mic 24, that whole meeting, that mic's hot. It's on. Like, city council, they can shut it off.
Oh, really?
Oh, no, we don't, no, that's a hot mic.
Oh, no.
24/7.
Anything.
Oh, no, there's some, look at it, there's been some heated, we get along, but when you go into executive session, it's like a little blood sport sometimes. People get heated about certain stuff, and it's fine. At the end of it, we all go and have a beer. Mm-hmm. And the board gets along great out there. But you get your shots. People take shots. It's good. It's, and John, you're 100% right. You know that you have a hot mic. You know when that mic's on.
Yep, you do.
Especially the city council, they got to turn it on and off. So they know.
Well, I don't think I've ever been in a committee that you don't take shots.
Yeah.
But why
I mean,
can't-
then you're not thinking. Then
Well,
only one person is
look at-
thinking. For goodness sakes, you gotta get.
Lynn, if you and I have a difference of opinion, right? It's going to aggravate you a little bit. Even though we're friends, it's still going to aggravate you.
Yeah, I'm not going to hate you, but
No,
I'm
but
going
you're gonna take a
I'm
shot.
Gonna give you the best
Yeah,
shot I
of
can, and I'll
course.
tell you right now.
Of course,
yeah.
it's human nature.
Yeah.
You know, if I cut down a tree, you're on the conservation committee, you tell me not to cut the tree down, I'm like, hey, it's a $75,000 fine, here's just $75,000. You're going to say something to me. You know, or I disagree with it, right? You're going to say something. I'm going to say something back to you. I don't know. I didn't, it's a great shot. He isn't working.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not dumping on Sean. He made a decision. I mean, could he be working? Yeah. He'd still be at Lowell schools if he wanted to be.
Yeah.
He resigned. He did it. That's his choice.
Yeah, and I don't know what led up to it, but I do know Rita very well, and it wasn't a casual just.
Look at it. It could
Something.
be built up over 5 issues. It could be anything. You know.
And he's going to have to learn not to be thin-skinned.
I don't think it. I don't know. Did it look like it bothered Sean?
Enough so that, yeah,
So he gave a shot back.
yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
I would have laughed.
in the wrong business. Yeah,
I would have laughed. You got me. Yeah, you're right. I'm not working. Don't be jealous.
that's right.
You're working. I don't have to. Have fun.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, the thing was over, like, Rita was trying to make a very good point that we have to keep track of the Lowell firefighters' overtime, because it seems like they're really breaking the rules. It seems like they are. So you got to keep a better eye on it. So Rita was looking to have the administration tell her once a month, hey, how's the overtime doing? And then Sean McDonough decided to point out, Rita, it's already in a report you get every month. And Rita didn't care for that.
Well, I mean, yeah.
And she said, I don't have the time. You have. She indicated that she don't have the time to go looking through all the segues that the city of Lowell has to find out financial information, and he does because he's not working.
Right. You can look up the Munis report in 30 seconds and find it. We can do that ourselves.
Yeah.
Right. Now, if you're a counselor and you're like, hey, can you give it to me? Give it to me. I mean, it's not a
That's
bad.
why you have a staff.
It's not a bad request.
Elected officials have a fundamental duty to serve and hear from and respond to all of their constituents, regardless of financial contributions or if they voted for them. Access to and response from a representative should never be for only those who donated. Otherwise, if that
I would
happens,
tell this texter,
vote them out.
wake up.
I mean, look.
Wake up.
I answer every
Wake up.
call. I answer every call, every email.
No, is there some...
It doesn't. I mean,
You don't get any gobbled voicemails? Oh, I don't know who sent me that.
to the texter, do me a huge favor. Look up who's given to me. I've had one party. I gave it all back to the Lowell Youth Football. The union gives me money, and I give it back right away. I think I have $400 in my account. I don't even care about donations. It doesn't even faze me. I don't even ask for a donation. I had one party, and I gave it all back at the Shamrock, and I gave it all back to Lowell Youth Football.
So,
I'm like, here, whatever I made. Here you go.
Linda, can you tell me about our friend Colleen Gary? She's got competition?
She does have competition? She always has competition.
Yeah, well, I think last time was the first time she didn't, right?
Right.
It was the first time she didn't. Yeah, someone always runs against her, which, I mean, look, she took
Do you
a
think
stance
she's
on
in
the
any
audit.
kind of trouble?
What's that?
And it's all over this audit business. She don't want the audit.
No, that's not true. That's not true what she wrote. I read her Facebook post.
Okay, tell us what she
Now,
did. Did she vote for the audit?
She did vote for the audit. She voted for the law that they passed. For whatever the reps put forward, she voted in favor of it. DeZoglio came out and said, you sold me out. Colleen's like, you testified before in court, you wanted these 4 things, that we made a law that these are the 4 things, and that's where you're at. And then Colleen basically said, it's against the Constitution of the state for you to do what you're doing. And you could look at it, John, I'm just paraphrasing, and went down the whole thing. Now, I didn't look into it. If Colleen's right, okay, Diana, you asked for these 4 things. Now, I don't know if Diana did or didn't. I didn't go looking at it. I think they should be audited like everybody else.
Yeah.
I mean, I voted for it. I think you should be audited. It should be transparent.
Well, the speaker and his puppets don't seem to think that anybody's paying attention, and they are.
Of course they are. And here's the thing, and I don't care who's running against who. Our union's down there all the time. I'm telling you this right now. They're going to vote the way the speaker wants on this. And if they don't, they're going to be financially punished in the district. And if anybody out there thinks otherwise, you don't know how Beacon Hill works.
Gotta pick your fights.
And this is, and I don't know this to be true. I don't know what Diana testified to. I don't know. I'm a big DeSoglio person. I don't know what she testified to. If she testified, I need these 4 things, and they enacted and said, okay, we'll give you the 4 things, and okay. Now, according to Colleen, after she wants to keep fishing and fishing and fishing, you don't get to a fishing expedition. I mean, what are you looking to do, I guess? And I guess they voted exactly what she wanted. And did she get cornered into the lawsuit, or that lawsuit where she testified that this is what I'm looking for? Probably. I mean, you know how court goes. I mean,
Yeah.
I look at. They should be transparent. We need to audit. That's it. If the more and more you hide, and I'm gonna call it hiding because now it looks like you're hiding something.
Yeah.
Now it looks like you're absolutely hiding something, which isn't good.
Well, on the other hand, to be the devil's advocate, she could be on a witch hunt as well. I don't
Could be.
know what the issue is. It seems
yeah,
to
why
be
not?
very personal.
Good.
And so, but anybody,
seat.
as far as Colleen
We're gonna go
goes,
break in a couple minutes.
um,
Thanks.
Colleen votes her district and what the district needs.
Well, it looks
She's
like this
very
time.
intuitive.
It looks like this time she didn't vote the district and what the district wanted, right? Because the district wanted the audit. But
Yeah.
and then she came out with, look, what she's looking for breaks the state constitution, and it breaks the law. That's why I voted this way. Now, if that's the case, you're not going to vote against the law, right? I mean, it doesn't make sense to.
Right.
You're going to make a vote against.
Because we vote
mean-
on things all the time, on
Right.
these questions, and then they never get enacted because you can't legally enact them. I mean, you can throw anything on the ballot.
Well, of course, that's up to the AG to kick the question off, right? I mean, Lord forbid the AG do their job.
That's right,
It's not a lawful question. Kick it off.
right.
The AG vetted this question, and then she goes against it, and I'm like, wait a minute here. You said it was okay. You said it was lawful, right? That's who says it's lawful, the question.
Yeah.
But then you don't like it because the speaker, we don't want to do that. Look, we get audited every 3 months in the union. We have an outside person come in, audit every 3 months, and at the end of the year, send in the LM2. There's nothing wrong with being audited. It's transparent. Here you go. This is what I bring in. This is
I
what I
got
spend
2
it on.
texts, Lynn, when you got a minute.
Okay, Speaker Pelosi told us you have to pass the budget to know what's in it. Sounds familiar. No one will ever beat Representative Colleen Gary, no one.
I agree. I support Colleen 1,000%. She votes her district.
Well, that's what I say,
Hard to beat.
and she goes against the speaker when no one else does.
If you look at her votes, she goes against the speaker more than anybody in that state house,
That's right.
Republicans included. She goes against him. That's her district. They look at Drake and Tingsboro. They're blue collar hard workers. They don't want it.
And
They don't want the
border towns,
BS.
border
Right.
communities.
Right. Remember when she I think she voted to get rid of the nickel recycling because she boarded it. I mean, it just, she takes the vote the way the community wants. And I mean, again, we deal with her because my garage is in Drake at the union. I deal with Colleen all the time. She is so solid and so responsive. And look, she'll tell you right to your face, I can't do that. And I'm fine with that.
That's a mentality now. You have to agree with them on everything. Everything. Or they hate you. There's no wiggle room. There's no controversy. Let's compromise. Or they don't go back and think, well, maybe I ought to rethink this or try to listen why she voted that way.
Well, if you call Colleen and ask her, she's going to tell you. She put a Facebook post out there publicly on her page. Why? I took the time to read it. She says it breaks the state's constitution.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's an attorney. I'm not. I'm going to. I mean, honestly, I voted for the question. Just do the audit. If the auditor wants these 4 things, audit the 4 things.
Well, that's right.
Okay.
And they said they would.
Right. Now, I don't know any more beyond that. I don't know. Okay, what happens if she finds something here? Does it allow her to go deeper? Is that what the bill says? You can't go any deeper than the 4 things you asked? Oh, Okay, well, you asked for the 4 things. I
Well,
mean,
they never print that, though.
well, look at you. You're never going to hear the full story down there anyway. It's just never going to. It's never going to happen.
Brady, come on and join us over here. Our candidate for, you want to serve with this guy, huh? You want to rethink that?
No, he's fine.
I've known Brady since the Calorie Park days when Eric told me his name was Bradley for 10 years. I called him Bradley, and one day I kept calling him Bradley. And one day he leans into me, he's like, "You know my name's Brady, right?" And my face dropped. I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Why'd you let me call you Bradley for 10 years?" He goes, "Because it was fun."
Yeah, it was.
My face dropped when it was. I'm like, Eric, I'm gonna freaking kill you. It was the best running joke for 10 years.
Yep.
Well, tell us a little bit. Introduce
We got
yourself to
time?
the people here.
We got 4 minutes. That's
Yeah.
plenty of time.
No, you're here for another
you're in
hour.
another hour, buddy. You get
No,
Lowell
I get
next.
that, but we
You
gotta-
get Lowell. You get the Things Road Draker crowd right now.
Yes.
Brady McCarron, a proud 2012 graduate of Greater Lowell Tech, downtown Lowell resident. What else can I say? There's a lot to say.
Why don't you start off what you're running for?
Oh yeah. I'm not usually up this early. Running for Greater Lowell Tech School Committee for the Lowell seat. I ran for that seat 8 years ago out of Drake when I was living there for a short period of time. Phenomenal experience. Ran against Matt Sheehan. Didn't come out successful, but I had a tremendous amount of support. And my network has grown exponentially over those last 8 years. I am a mortgage banker for my full-time job, so helping people navigate that process. And then I am a consultant on the side for a career and tech ed nonprofit, Skills USA Massachusetts. So through that, I've had my finger on the pulse of vocational education in this state since I was a student. I was an active part of that organization. Greater Lowell was a huge part of my life. I followed that organization as an alumni member, was able to, get on a board there to represent the alumni throughout the state. We have that organization has about 40,000 members throughout the state, student, business, professional, and alumni. So I represent the alumni sector of that organization and bring their voice to the table when it comes to advocating for career and tech ed.
Where do you represent them to? Now tell me where do you represent them? How, in what ways do you?
Skills USA it's a student organization. It gives students in vocational education the opportunity to, the biggest piece is compete within their trades and different leadership aspects. But the goal is for students to be job ready day one, world-class workers, leaders, and responsible American citizens. Lee was talking about it a little bit earlier about the marketing student who got a bronze medal in Atlanta at the national stage. That is huge. So I get a seat at the board of directors table to represent the alumni.
Okay.
So I'm at a table with vocational superintendents, union executives from across the state.
That's excellent.
Yeah, it's big because he gives Greater Lowell a voice at that table with the kids, and basically represents the kids at the table.
Yeah.
It's not so much based on the staff or the school committee or the superintendent. It's based on the kids. He does a lot of work with the kids where you'll see him in the school and the kids are constantly talking to him about
And we're going off to break land. We'll be right
what we
back.
have to do.
right.
Welcome back to City Life. I'm Linda Bown. I'm your host. I have Greater Lowell Regional Vocational School, High School, School Committeeman Lee Gitschier and Brady McCarron, who is running for that position, who is a graduate from Greater Lowell. And we were talking just before the break, so anybody that's just joined us, go into what we were talking about as far as what you're doing as far as representing the students as an alumni.
Yeah, absolutely. So once a month, I go to the table with superintendents and union executives and private sector partners, and we discuss what's best for vocational education in the state. Skills USA is heavy on competition, and we have in the state of Massachusetts well over 100 different opportunities for vocational students to compete and excel in their trades. So I go there, but also on the other side of that, I do a lot of heavy focus on the leadership aspect of it. So you'll see me out at Greater Lowell for an award ceremony or a financial literacy fair. They do a community outreach challenge at the 8th grade open house every year. I'm part of that. So the alumni is a big part of, how do we implement this challenge? How do we present it? How do we get the students involved? And how do we sell Greater Lowell Tech to those 8th graders? And I'm happy to say that Greater Lowell Tech, through their Skills USA chapter, has consistently placed on the national stage at a gold standard level for that community outreach challenge. It's something that other schools in the state just don't do.
How many years in a row is that? It's been
We're
like
probably
10, 12.
Yeah,
I know it's a straight.
Yeah, they've been a model
It's-
of
it's-
excellence for probably 10 plus years now. And last year, they were honored as, and I think it was their first time ever, as the gold level grand champion. So they set the stage for what it means to be vocational education in the state or in the country.
What do you see that the students want now from that they're not getting from the vote?
I mean, getting in is the biggest piece.
Well, yeah.
And, that lottery is not right. I was speaking against it for the 3 years that there was that opinion period, and unfortunately, so many people in this world are reactionary. And you had your opportunity for years to speak out against it, to contact your reps, contact the Board of Education, and because it didn't affect people at that time, it wasn't important to them. Now, everyone's all hot about it because it's affecting them now. And unfortunately, it's in place. It's going to have to completely fail before anything changes there.
The problem is, DESE didn't want to address the elephant in the room and fix the problem. There's schools that interview to get in for their admission policy. Now, I think that's a bias.
Yeah.
DESE didn't want to take on those schools and say, hey, you got to change your admission policy. We don't like it.
Yeah.
So they just one size fits all, and here we go with the lottery. And, to me, it's like, when you do the right thing, I honestly believe out of Greater Lowell we've done the right thing. I mean, Brady went through the admission policy. I went through a lottery. He went through an admission policy. What happens with the lottery, and people don't realize this, if a kid ends up, say, 3/4 of the way through freshman year, drops out, you lose 2 seats. Because now those shops are already taken. So now you got to run down that list of the waiting list and say a Lowell kid drops out. We run down the list and say that kid got into, shop X, that's really not wanted. You go down that waiting list, and if number 1 says no, well, see ya. And it goes down to, say, 90. Yeah, I'll take that shop. Well, those 89 kids, see ya.
Yeah.
Now you got to reapply for sophomore year, and you go back in a lottery to be on a list to get into whatever's left over. So you actually lose 2 seats. You lose that freshman because number 1 might have been able to get an electrical.
Yeah.
And electrical, he never got the option. So he doesn't want to be in, shop clock fixing, call it.
Yep.
and you lose that seat. It's gone. So, and then you lose that funding, and in the sophomore year, you're down a kid because no one wants to be in clock fixing shop.
All right, let me ask you, I as a freshman, so Brady drops out, I go in, it's not the shop I want to be in. Can I keep myself back so that go back as a freshman?
You know what? That's a great question. I don't have the answer to that. I don't have the answer to that.
If they're pushing everyone along, even when they're not fulfilling their
well,
requirements in
that's right.
class,
Well,
are they going to let you stay
I'm
back
not
on your
saying
own?
You know the deal with the pushing them along. I'm a big,
Right.
you know, and I know it's happening. I know it is. I just don't know to the extent. I know it's
Yeah.
happening.
But it's happening everywhere.
Yeah,
Well, no, it's a state. You're right. You're absolutely right. You don't have any discretion. And I see parents. I talk to a lot of parents that would like their children to stay back, and for certain reasons, maturity, all kinds.
You know
of
when the
things.
best time to keep your kids back is when they're young.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know how well it's going to do for you when you're in high school.
Probably
By then,
not.
yeah,
I mean,
probably.
probably not. I mean, that's a great question. If a kid comes in as a freshman, halfway through the year, and say that kid that dropped out already took plumbing and electrical, and the kid wants to be a plumber, can he stay back, and then start over and say, hey, I want to. That's a great question. I don't know the answer to that. That's a great question. I wouldn't advocate it, but I mean, hey, if the kid wants it, I mean, I don't. What are they going to say? No. I mean, I don't know how you tell them no. I mean, they might push you.
It's a numbers game, so maybe they will. Maybe they've got I don't
Wait,
know.
there's only so many. There's only look at this. There's only so many seats we can take. I think it's 5.
Yeah.
I think it's 580. I think we pushed it to 590 this year. But that's all we can fit. It comes down to the point, and Brady, I'll let you talk about what we need because you know the vocational system as well as I do. You grew up in it, so I mean, we got if you want it, we got a partnership with community colleges. You got Mass Higher does a great job out there with certain trades. You got to build schools. And we see how building a school's going right now in Lowell, right? It's just expensive.
Right. And there's several MSBA vocational school projects going on right now, complete rebuilds, but they're not building new schools. And these schools are extremely expensive to rebuild. Diamond's being rebuilt right now. Tri-County, Minuteman was rebuilt within the last 7 years, I'd say.
What do you mean rebuilt?
So they're building new schools on the site.
Oh, really?
Yep.
But they're not adding seats.
Right. And so
How can that be?
Minuteman, they
no
built a
room.
brand new school. The day they opened for that next year, they were already over capacity because they added a few more seats, and the school is just taking off exponentially. They have outgrown that school, and it's not even 10 years old.
You need the use greater law. You know, look at. I'm speaking to the choir. You're on the Tewksbury Conservation Committee. Where are we building? I mean, look at. Let's be honest. That 8-room thing. I'm not saying we got to pass. I mean, we ran into problems with conservation. I mean, you know that. I mean, we did everything we had to do. If we take
You
the
had to
soccer
jump
field,
through some hoops.
right? But if we take the soccer field, are we gonna be able to take that soccer field? I already know the answer to that question. You know the answer to the question. You can't do it because of the conservation land. You can't go right, and we can't go out by George's house because that's all rock.
See, people see all the land.
Right?
and
They don't
think,
realize.
why
They
aren't
don't
doing
realize
something?
why we're not doing it. I mean,
I know.
when I was there, the tennis courts. There was tennis courts over where the baseball field was.
Yeah, where the parking lot is.
Right. So now it's a parking lot.
Yeah.
We took the tennis courts out, made it a parking lot because we added more seats, more kids. I mean, when I got on the board,
Wait, why does the building have to be on the school's property? There's plenty of property in Kingsborough you
Transportation.
could purchase.
no, it's transportation. Then we run into the liability of transportation. I know, John. John, I get it. I
You
get
need the
it.
space. You need the space. If you put all the electrical kids in a new building, that's going to give you a lot more room out there.
Yeah, we.
You
That's
take
why we
all
did
the HVAC kids and put them in a different building.
We're doing HVAC over
Off-site,
right now.
off-site.
We're doing the HVAC over right now.
Right.
We did electrical over. That's why we added those 8 classrooms to expand it. Look at I wanted to buy the land by Stonehenge. I mean, you and I talked about it a million times for our vet tech program.
Where would Lowell
Just-
be if all our schools were on the South Common?
But what about as far
They
as the
just
vote?
can't fit. Just can't.
Yeah.
What's that, Lynn?
What about the academic piece? You can put all the electrical over here in Tingsboro if you want, but they still have to go through the academic piece.
Right, and
Which is back in the other building.
That's what we use the buses for.
and so here's the problem. I want to see you get drivers for those buses to get them there.
It's not a problem. You got to pay some more.
Yeah, well, you're going to pay them 40 hours a week. That's the
You're
problem with the
gonna pay them
buses. Let's be honest. I mean, look at the busing problem can be solved by paying the bus drivers 40 hours a week.
Or you just
But that's
have
going to come back on your
LRTA.
contract,
Right,
and the school
absolutely.
district can't afford that.
Well, absolutely. Or you buy your own buses again. Which,
No, Brady, the fact is the school system has spent money elsewhere and doesn't want to devote much more money to transportation than they have to. What about LRTA? They have to change the law. The LRTA buses are running for free and mostly empty.
Yeah.
And when you call them out on the mostly empty, they don't like it. You notice how they have the dark sun Florida glass in the new buses? That's so you can't see this bus is empty. It's not can't fool me.
Well, you're right here. You see about
Yeah.
it's like that bus lane's the biggest farce in America.
And like-
I've never seen a bus. I haven't seen a bus use it.
Why can't we just tell LRTA you're going to pick up the kids and you're going to bring them to school?
Well, they do that for Lowell, right? Lowell.
Have them do it for the vote too.
Well, there's a bus that runs out there. I don't know if any kid uses it. There's a bus
I'm
that
not
runs out
sure 40 hours. There are an awful lot of bus drivers that are mothers that work as bus drivers so that they can
Yeah.
have mother's hours.
Yeah, I mean,
so
but
I'm not sure
that's-
40 hours would actually work for one.
It might not, but that's the problem with the busing right now. Is you're not paying them 40 hours. You pay them 20 hours, and people don't want to work 20 hours.
And
They're
no
like,
benefits.
Right. You have to. I mean, that's the problem. And John's right. The transportation. Brady's right. The transportation cost will go up for the schools, and we'll have to absorb it. You'd have to absorb it. It's
And you offset it to the cities and towns, and
right. I mean,
how are they going to handle that?
Look, we haven't even asked assessment. And you know this through Tingsboro because you see it. We haven't even asked for anything more than we're supposed to get. I mean, Shawsheen asks for more every year of their towns, their contributing towns. We just don't do it. We live within our means.
It's unfortunate that there isn't an aspect that they could have a certain group of bus drivers that do work 40 hours, and then they could drive the kids to work.
Linda, why do we have to pay
Locations, things
twice?
like
We're
that.
already paying for empty buses to run an LRTA. We're already paying for that. Why don't we just tell LRTA who goes to Tingsboro?
No, they don't.
There's one bus
There's
that
one
goes
bus that goes right to the back door,
back of the school.
back to school. Drops off right at the back
Yep.
of the school.
Which
Right at George's house.
Yeah.
Drops off. The city bus
It's
turns
the
around.
okay, but
turns
that-
around at
numbers
Great
that
Lowell.
But
comes
are you
down
telling
and-
me to the Vocas coming to Tingsboro?
No.
I mean, if
That we
we're-
don't have
No.
one on the other on this
No, on
side
the other side of the
bridge.
river, no.
No,
No, you don't.
we don't
Imagine
have
how
any-
much how many people would go on that bus if it went up to the pot shops and then back.
Well, even than the Nash.
Yeah.
That's right. I mean,
You know,
it's,
drop
so
me off
I
another
don't
gram.
understand. To be perfectly honest with you, you're absolutely right. I don't understand why the LRTA isn't looking at that because if the
They don't
buses
have
are all
to.
empty,
But
John,
here,
why don't
let's-
they have them?
They
more
don't have.
going-
Lori Trahan's going to get them 6 new buses this year that are going to run empty for 20 years.
Let's face it. If we tried to do that and have LITA take kids from Greater Lowell and move them around, they're going to want money from the school. Then they're going to take their free money they're
They're
getting to
running
run
free.
these buses for free. Yeah, but you
You have the
yeah,
money.
but they are going to come after the school and they're going to want a contract and they're going to want
Okay,
money
Brady.
for that.
So how are you going to improve the school? Okay, well, I don't want to provide buses. Okay, what else don't you want?
No, they do want to provide buses.
I'm going to provide you
No, he
meatballs
doesn't.
if you show up tomorrow.
He doesn't want to provide buses.
But why do we keep throwing money at the LRTA if it's not providing the services needed?
Well, the services are there. People just aren't taking advantage of it, right? I mean, let's be honest. You're going to go. I'm going to take a bus to downtown Lowell. What's down there for me?
Right.
What's down there for me? There's nothing down there for me.
But there's a bus that goes to Barica Center empty.
What's
There's
in
a bus
Barica
that
Center?
goes into
John, I
Tingsboro,
agree.
empty.
John, I agree with you. What's in Barica Center that's going to entice me to jump on that bus?
But
Take
there
it,
are
market
things in
basket?
Tingsboro.
I mean, there's.
Does,
Yeah, there's
does
no
anyone
market
get on
basket.
that bus
There
that
isn't.
goes down to the Burlington Mall or Leahy?
There might be. I mean, that would be.
I would say that probably it does have people in it because it goes to Leahy and the
I mean,
mall.
so getting back to the vocational stuff, the transportation's really not the problem because we have buses that get the kids there. The problem is we don't have the space anymore. And
Yeah.
like John's right. So we looked at Freddie Bajo and myself had the school look at that piece down the street for the vet tech program. It just the liability of getting the kids there was too great. It just, and we didn't want to take that chance. I don't know if anybody bought the land yet or not. I mean, I have no idea. I mean, down where the Stone Edge was.
Yeah, no.
I don't know if anybody bought it. I mean, maybe the town of Stingsville should donate it to Greater Lowell. See what we can do with it. I mean, I don't know. I mean, because
Well, it isn't our land.
right. I don't know whose land it is. I mean,
Right, yeah.
Well, we have the money. It's in taxpayers' pockets. It's not a problem.
I mean, we actually looked at it. We took a good long
I know.
hard look at
We
it.
discussed it for a long time.
It just wasn't feasible for us. And Jill laid out a plan why it wasn't feasible, and she was right. She's right about it. It's just not feasible.
And-
Even though the vet tech, I would love to see the horses out there. There's a building
So,
there. We
Madam
could rehab it.
Superintendent, how do we get more kids into our school system here?
For vocational?
You need more schools.
It's on the, if the superintendent says, oh, we can't do that, we'll find a way, Madam Superintendent, or we'll find somebody
Well,
who will.
she has. We did the after dark program at Lowell High, so there's been over 80, 90 graduates from after dark. I mean, you're part of that. You also have Mass High that does classes at night, and it's open to anybody over 18. I think culinary's coming out there. I think culinary's over the summer. You have welding. We started that. Whittier just partnered with Northern Essex, right?
We're gonna run off to announcement land right now. Tonight, Sakari Chow is having a party. City Councilor John Dakota is having a party for Sakari Chow, who's running for state rep in the 18th Middlesex District tonight at the Mount Pleasant Golf Club. Starts at 5 p.m. Goes till 6:30, and the donations start at $5 and goes up. So hope to see you over there. Then we have the man of the hour here. We got Brady McCarron's party. So Brady, you want to tell us about your party?
Yeah, absolutely. Tomorrow night, Thursday, June 18th, from 5:30 to 8, down at the Warp and Weft. The former Majors, the former Dubliner, whatever it might be in your memory.
Front of Market Street across Mill TC.
Yep. Right next to the Athenian Corner as well. So having my campaign kickoff down there, just hoping to get people together to collaborate. Hopefully people come out, hear what I have to say, listen to what people are thinking about the vocational school. There will be light fare, including meatballs, John.
Thank you.
Campaigns are they're a lot of work, and when you look at a district this size, it's nearly a Senate district, and that's a misconception with the Greater Lowell Tech School Committee. You're running for the Lowell representative, but you are on the ballot in all 4 communities: Lowell, Drake, Tingsboro, and Dunstable, and to cover those areas completely is a monstrous task. So
we hope to see you at Brady's party
Yep.
tomorrow night. And also coming up, Anthony Leach for state rep, the 17th district. Dan Finn and Brian Donovan are having a campaign fundraiser, and it's going to be Thursday this week, June 18th, 5 to 10 p.m. at the Long Meadow Golf Club. Always a tasty time there, too. Hope to see you over there. This guy, Anthony Millicisi, he's running for Greater Lowell Tech, and he's having a campaign fundraiser Tuesday, June 23rd, next week, at the Worthen Attic. That's the second floor of the Worthen. And Tara Hung, he's having a party Friday, June 26th. So he's running to get reelected to his 18th Middlesex District seat. He's having the party at the Sampaio Mies Restaurant, 450 Chelmsford Street. Donations start at $50 and go up. East End is having a good old-fashioned cookout. Let me shrink this down a little bit. Good old-fashioned cookout at the end of the month, June 27th. Hot dogs, burgers. You don't have to be a member, just show up, and they're always reasonably priced, and it's a delicious time. Coming up this week that was yesterday. They went to the Sandcastle, so we got to wait till next month for another senior trip. This is Chelmsford's plans for the 4th of July. I don't know what Lowell's plans are. Usually something at LaLasha Ballpark, but I haven't seen it yet. But when I do, I'll put it out there. This is 4th of July in Chelmsford. Take your fancy phone out of your pocket. Take a picture of this. And they got a wonderful parade out there, and I'm sure my friend Evelyn Thorne will be talking about this tomorrow. Tewksbury, they're having a ton of good things happening on Friday, July 3rd. And this is fireworks included, Good time to be had by all. Mark Kratman's the mover and shaker here, and his phone number is on the bottom of the screen here. If you have a question, he'd be happy to talk to you. But these are, take your fancy phone out of your pocket, take a picture of this slide. And next one is more stuff that's happening in Tewksbury on the 4th of July. So take your fancy phone out of your pocket, take a picture of this, and good time to be had by all. Lowell Firefighters is having a motorcycle benefit ride, and it's going to be July 11th for Nick Spinelli. And it's the kickstands go up at 11 a.m. Good group, good fundraiser. So good luck. I hope they have good weather that day. Today is the 17th of June. So if you go over to the senior center, one of my favorite things, stuffed cabbage. It's yummy. So if you head over there today, and also from Happy Hampton Beach, they have a free concert every weekend night in June. And then in July, they have a free concert every night.
Wow.
So pretty cool. So if you take your fancy phone out of your pocket, take a picture of this slide, I'll tell you that this weekend, let's see, the 16th at the 20th, Leaving Eden, whoever that is, that's who's going to be there. So it's pretty cool. There's something going on every night down at Happy Hampton. Back to you, Linda. Thank you for your patience.
Well, on this Saturday in Dunstable, since you're running in Dunstable, Strawberry Festival at the Old Winslow School, which is on your way into the center of Dunstable. It's fabulous. Absolutely fabulous.
What happened? I see Dave Tully III's running for a seat. Was there a tie out there?
I don't know.
Okay, I saw something about a tie, and he's running again, and
Yeah.
I'm like, I hope he gets in. I mean, he's a great kid.
Now, is that Dave's son?
Dave's son, the third. Grandson, I think. I think it's his grandson.
Yeah.
I think he's a grade 11 graduate. I think he took electrical.
Yeah.
If it's the same one I'm thinking of, right? Dave Tully's son that was the electrician?
It's got to be a grandson.
Okay, grandson.
So you were against the lottery. Do you think? Could you explain to people? I don't think people. I know, and you're absolutely right. You nailed it when you said people didn't get it. They had an opportunity to speak, and they didn't, and now they're realizing.
Yep.
So, could you explain to people what's happened, what the lottery is?
Oh, where do we begin?
Well, while Brady's processing that question, Linda, I want you to read this, and I'm going to ask Bart to write us back. How full is the bus?
Manja in the Wicker Center is a great place to chow. Take the bus. It's free, Bart.
So, Bart, when you take the bus out there, how full is the bus? I think the bus is empty.
The bus to Tewksbury. Okay.
So, I mean, lottery in the sense that everybody gets a chance. And, Lee can speak better to the actual admission policy and the lottery policy that's there and how students can get the extra chances in it and what they start at. But in my mind, it's just giving these students or these potential students the mindset that they don't have to work. Hey, I throw my name in. I might not meet the requirements of what it was in the day, but hey, there's a chance I'll get in. If I get in, yeah, whatever, I'll do it. But you're not getting those people that, are top tier students. And, on the opposite side of it, that group that pushed this forward is saying that, well, this is a better opportunity for those students who, might have trouble going to school or might not have the best grades and trades are best for them. But in the same sense, if there is a troubled student and they're not going to school, what makes you believe that if they take a seat at a vocational school, that's going to be a better opportunity for them?
Oh, like I said, they don't go to school. What makes you think they're going to go to work?
Right.
And that's
Yes.
what Greater Lowell's thing is.
And that cooperative education program is one of the best things about Greater Lowell. Halfway through your junior year, if you meet certain requirements with your grades and the amount of credits and hours you've done in your shop, you can qualify to go out on co-op your junior year for the second half of the year. So go to work every other week, get a real paycheck. If you're lucky enough to get on co-op your junior year, that job is likely going to carry to your senior year, and you're only going to school every other week.
Yeah,
you are making actual real money.
Is there a lottery for the charter schools? I bet not.
I can't speak to that.
No,
I bet there's requirements for the charter school.
I guarantee
so
there
what's
is.
the difference,
I
huh?
guarantee there is. I guarantee there's a requirement. There's an admission policy of charter schools.
Yes.
I guarantee there is. I mean,
And there's a
it
reason
make-
why people go to the charter, send their children to the charter school.
Right.
There are reasons why people try to encourage their children to go to the Voc school for the same reason, and it's a limited group of students that are going to get in there.
And again, the people that were pushing for the lottery, and it kind of cracks me up because they can't point to Greater Lowell and say there was a bias. We're a majority minority
Right.
school.
Right.
There's no bias.
Right,
there.
and you look
It's
at the
none.
schools that this really stemmed from. It was schools that were doing, character interviews of students, and I think that is absolutely wrong to the fullest.
I mean, my problem with the interview process is, okay, let's use, I'm gonna use Lowell because I represent Lowell. Let's use the Lowell schools. We have a hard enough time teaching these kids in school. Do you actually think we have time to teach them how to interview?
No,
And so you pick a kid on, pick the Adams Street projects. They don't have the money to dress up. Now, I'm not picking on them saying they're working, you're right? They don't have the money to dress up nice to walk in. And now right there, when they walk into an interview, someone could have a bias and say, look at this kid in a t-shirt. And bounce him, even though that kid went to school for 8 years, didn't have an absence, got straight A's, and 20% or 30% of that interview is how you get into the school. That's garbage.
Yeah.
And that was the problem, and Desi didn't have the testicular fortitude to take it on. They just said, hey, let's one size fit all. They should have had a set and said, no, we're gonna fix what's broken. And they didn't want to go after those schools. They just didn't want to. And yeah, I'm gonna say it, those schools were cherry picking. They were absolutely cherry picking. No doubt in my mind.
Now, when you, on the Voc schools in the state, how many of them were there that were doing that?
oh, I know of a few that were.
Wow.
There's more than a few.
It obviously wasn't the minority,
You weren't seeing the interviews in this area.
you know.
No, Whittier has an interview process. They absolutely have an interview process. I know that for a fact. I mean, I'll call it out. They have an interview process.
Yeah,
I mean, I can tell you right now, I work in Haverhill. There's no kid from the Avs in Haverhill. That's like, that's the lower income of Haverhill, like Lowell. Haverhill's basically Lowell. They're gonna walk in in a t-shirt, but maybe a collared shirt if they have one. But that's the lower income of the lower income. And you can have your bias looking at that kid right now. And like I said, that kid could be a straight A student going to school, and that's 30% or 40%. I don't know what their admission policy was on the interview. I don't have it. Obviously, you'd have to go back and see if you can get it. It could be 40% of how you get in the school. And I don't like the way he looks. I didn't like the way he spoke. And you bounce.
right. And
If you don't think that happens, it absolutely happens. That's why we're in the mess we're in now with the lottery. And
right, and the schools that really cause these problems, they 1,000% were cherry picking because they have a certain look.
Is the lottery already in place?
Yeah.
Okay, so it sounds to me like the school committee is just letting this fester. How are you gonna handle this, Lee? And then I'll ask Brady, who's incoming. I mean, you're pushing your seat back. You're not running for re-election. And
no,
you've been good servant.
The board's changing. I mean, let's.
He says that now, but I'll convince him.
I'm not going to run. Look at it.
So
It's
going back to my question, Lee. It sounds to me as if you're just letting this lottery system fester and screw itself up because the school committee doesn't like it. So, what are you going to do about it? It's not going away.
No.
What do you think the school committee should do about this lottery thing?
We had our chance to do something, and people voted.
And you missed it. The lottery's here. How are you going to deal with it?
You're gonna have to buckle down. Like I said, the assessment test is coming in. So when the freshmen come in with the assessment test, we're gonna have to see their weaknesses, and we're gonna have to fix it. That's all we can do. We had the opportunity at that vote to tell Desi no. 2 of us voted no for the lottery. 6 voted yeah. And that's it. Now it's mandated. It went through the State House. It's mandated. The lottery's in place. It's going to have to implode. And that's the only way it's going to change. Desi's not going to. We can't even bring it back up now. It's done.
Well, maybe they don't care, though. I don't think Desi cares if it implodes. I'm sorry.
Right, and so you look at Jesse and the Board of Education. The people who put this in, they're gone now.
Yeah.
You know, Tutwiler's gone, and what was the?
I mean,
They're gone, so.
They're gone. So it's someone else's problem now. I think that the best thing that can be done now is to support the students and provide them as many opportunities as there are. And Greater Lowell's doing that. So if a student's not getting in through the lottery admission process, they have after dark opportunities. Those are the ways that we can help at least give opportunities. You know, Lowell Public Schools is adding some Chapter 74 approved programs. We'll see how that goes. You know, I don't necessarily think that that's the greatest thing to bring all of those programs into the traditional high school sense. But hey, it's another opportunity for a kid who didn't get in. It's very limited there right now. It's in the infancy stages still. But you know, to be a true Chapter 74 career and technical education institute, there's a lot that goes into it. And providing opportunities and supporting these students and giving them every opportunity that's out there is the way that they're going to have to move forward with it.
Are the Voc schools are they going to be offering AI?
So that is a conversation that came up recently at a meeting I was in.
so it's funny you say that because we had the conversation about it, Mike Bott and myself. We're going to have to start looking going in that direction, right? Because AI is starting to come now. I don't know where we put it in. Here's where Skills USA comes into play, and this is above me. I don't know where we fit it in. Does it go into the engineering department? Does it go into the, I don't know what trade that would fit in. And that's,
It's
is it a
computer
combination of both?
programming. That's what, it's computer programming. That's
Right,
what
well,
it is.
but engineering also needs it. They use it.
Yeah, it could
it could
be
fall
a
into-
toss-up. It could be information technology
Right.
services. It could be engineering. There's a few different programs.
But
there
in
that
order to
fall into it.
create this little engine you call AI,
Yeah.
you need a computer programmer.
Yeah.
Like this week, I've enjoyed 2 phone calls with AI that were completely effective. Believe it or not, I called Xfinity and they answered the phone. It was AI. And he fixed my TV within 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Never happened before with Xfinity.
No, I mean,
Page 2, I called for Gunner's Plumbing because we needed a new air conditioner. So I call him up and AI answers the phone. Nicest AI you ever want to talk to. And we had somebody out looking at the air conditioner project that afternoon.
Yeah, no, it's AI is good, but you also have to check it because
Yeah.
it's only as good as someone inputting
Right.
the information.
Right.
So if they put wrong information in, you got a bad AI, ChatGPT.
Yeah.
You got a bad,
Yep.
you got a bad
And you can tell
experience.
you know,
But it has to be checked.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%, John. It's going to take a lot of jobs. I'm seeing at Verizon, with Xfinity, we're losing people inside now. They're not backfilling the jobs, and they're going to AI. And you're only as good as the information it's given. And it's constantly changing. Like, it's constantly looking to be better. Whereas a human sitting there, as John likes to say, they're going to go on their phone and play solitaire. They're not going to constantly, right? AI doesn't do that.
What corporate America's big mistake is, they let their employees have their computer facing them, not facing the boss. When the boss walks into the office, he or she should be able to look at your computer screen and say, "You're playing solitaire."
Yeah, that's going to be the biggest piece where we put AI. We've had that discussion. It's going to happen. It has to happen at the trade schools. It has to.
yeah, and that conversation is starting at the state level already.
Yeah, I would assume. It has to. It's a big piece. It's going to be a big piece, and we're going to have to figure it out. And where's it going to go?
And UMass Lowell is doing a ton with it already. There's that professor out there, I can't think of his name. He did an interview with Teddy early on a couple of years ago. And we think it's the greatest thing right now, but this guy is 5 years ahead of it.
Right.
I think that, the partnerships there, UMass Lowell, with what they have in their, AI studies and department and stuff like that, that's going to be something that we need to collaborate with to effectively capitalize on it as a program.
Can the Voc be structured as an exam schools, much like Boston Latin?
Yeah, that would be falling under DESE, and DESE's already basically said it's a lottery.
Yeah, and I mean, you'll see schools that have exams, but they're placement exams to make sure you end up in the right classes. They're not
Right.
point-based exams.
Okay.
Yeah, like I said, we have assessments coming in, and that's.
Now, I took a test going in there when I went in the summer of 2008, but it was just to make sure I ended up in the right classes.
Right. So
And where you need it, isn't that?
yeah.
that-
So you're not in algebra 2 if you're not even close to
Right.
being in algebra 2.
Which is interesting because the regular public schools don't do that.
Well,
They rely on the teachers from before
Yeah.
to make sure you end up in the right place.
We're finding, like I said, you get 8 years of education before 9 years of education. You can't-
Let me ask you two guys this way. With the new lottery system, I throw my hat in the ring. I'm a little kiddo, 8th grade, and I win a seated Voc. And you say, what do you want to be when you grow up? And my answer comes back to you, I don't know.
Well, that's why your freshman year.
What do you do with me?
Well, so that's what freshman year is for, and you go through all the technical programs. The exploratory year is critical in deciding where you want to go. Personally, I think that going through all 24 technical programs is a lot because you're only spending 6 days in a program. When I was a freshman, we went through 9 shops, and we were in each one for 3 weeks. I think you got a little bit more out of that. But
How do you do it in 2026?
It's exactly the way.
We can't go back to the horse and buggy. It ain't.
No, exactly the way we're doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, you give them a taste of each shop,
Yeah.
and then you little John has to figure out which one I want to be in, and it's competitive. It's scored by the grade.
And I think Lee will agree with this. A big part of having successful programs is ensuring that you have the right instructor in that freshman program.
Yeah, you absolutely need the kid. Look at
If you
that's
have a
very
shop
critical.
that numbers are dropping year after year, you need to start by looking at the freshman teacher.
Well, then I want to do HVAC. I decide I want to, and there's no room. How do?
Well,
What do you do with that? Because I know HVAC is always full.
yeah. So
Which means the air conditioning and heat. That's what
yeah.
that
If
is.
you're saying if you don't score in the top 50,
There's too many kids who want to have HVAC.
yeah. So you sit down with the guidance counselor. The guidance counselor.
So how do you exclude me? I got
Well,
100 just like you did.
You didn't get the top 50 score.
It's all by score.
It's all by score for that shop.
Okay.
It's like I said,
So
it's
now,
competitive.
I didn't
and
get it, so what do you tell me now?
Well, now you put your choices down. You sit down with the guidance counselor. The guidance counselor can see, okay, John wants HVAC, electrical, plumbing, and marketing. The guidance counselor can see the grades, pretty much knows, okay, say you got a 91 in HVAC, that's not good enough. The guidance counselor is going to tell you, do not make that top choice HVAC because you're not getting it. A 91's not good enough. And looks down at the grades and says, hey, John, you got a 99 in plumbing. That should be your choice.
Yep.
That should be your choice is 99 in plumbing because you're going to get in plumbing. You're going to be, they're not going to tell you you're getting
How
in.
many kids in the freshman class, and how many guidance counselors do you have?
I know we have probably over 10.
10 guidance counselors?
Yeah, maybe
Good.
12.
Good.
Wow.
Yeah, we have a lot of guidance counselors. And freshman class is like 580.
580, okay.
Yeah. And it's,
You get 12 people to service 580
yeah.
kids.
Yeah, it's about 50 kids.
Are they doing it effectively, or do you hire someone?
I think so. I think so because I'll tell you what. I usually get calls saying my kid didn't get into the shop. And I didn't get one this year. I didn't get one, and I usually get calls all the time. My kid didn't get in the trade I wanted, and we looked at that system, and the policy allows the guidance counselors to basically look and say, look, you don't want to put that as your number one choice in nursing because you got an 83. That's not going to get you in there. But your 97 in health tech will get you in that, which is a similar program. Yes, you're going to have to do a little more work outside of grade or low when you graduate,
Yeah.
but you're still going to participate in the nursing program somewhere else at Riviera and Middlesex or wherever in the nursing program. Lowell. I can tell you in my packet this week. It'll be announced Thursday. We have a partnership with Lowell at the early college credit program with Lowell, and Desi recognized it finally. So we have a partnership with Lowell where the kids can take classes at Greater Lowell and they'll go towards their Lowell education because
Wow.
we're getting probably, I know a couple years ago, like 11 of our kids went into the nursing program out of 100 at Lowell, which is, think about that, was 10% of Greater Lowell getting into Lowell's 100 nursing, which is a tough program to get into, and we're constantly dropping nurses into the ULO program. So it's good for those kids. They're going to grab college credits and have a couple classes ahead, and so it kind of helps with their freshman year.
Are there any other programs at the Voc that can partner?
Oh, I mean, there's accreditation agreements with Middlesex Community College and different programs there. I mean, I graduated in 2012. I went into Middlesex Community College, and I had a full semester of college courses under my belt because
Wow.
the accounting and business classes that I took as part of the business technology program, they transferred over. So I was a freshman in college. Everyone's taken Intro to Accounting 1, and I'm in Intermediate Accounting 2 because I already had those credits under my belt.
Okay.
It's good to do that. I mean, I
Oh, getting the kiddos turned onto gambling at a young age. The lottery system has winners and losers, just like scratch tickets. But
Well, if they have problems, they
Oh,
can
my
call
goodness.
1-888-250-5050 for help.
I feel that instead of the senior center, a city park or recreation space should be named after former Rita Mercier. She was the former long-term chair of Parks and Recreations, plus she initiated 10 major park renovation projects across the city's neighborhoods. Naming a revitalized neighborhood park or community green space would be a more deeply appropriate way to honor her commitment to Lowell and its families. So there.
I mean, I think Rita I think she's happy with the senior
Oh,
center.
yeah.
That's a big thing.
Yeah,
with
We don't
Rita.
even want to talk
own it.
about that. Huh?
They're still wrapped up in secret squirrel meetings.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, look at,
They're going to give it back to the owner. They're going to cave. They're going to cave. We're going to pay for it.
yeah, see, you're like I am. I don't think they have the will to fight it. I agree with you.
That's
I
unfortunate.
mean, look at,
We
I
have
don't
a-
know anything anymore. I don't talk about it
We
with
have a
them.
losing law department.
I mean, I watched the layoffs. I'll put my union hat on, and I just looked at the firefighters lawsuit. If you can't read a contract, you can't go under 203 people, right? Unless the city council cuts it, and you're already handing out pink slips before the budget's even passed. How is that? It was right there in black and white. If you actually thought you were going to win that, well, someone has the same job title as 27 years, and someone's sitting there with 5.
Well, how about
And you
the
give the
malarkey?
27 year the pink slip, and then say, "Hey, I want you to sign this." Shame on the union.
How,
And I'm not
how
picking
about
on
the
union, but-
malarkey the union let roll out there?
well, look at it. I always say this to my members. The union's a participation sport. You need to participate in the union for it to be strong. If you don't want to participate and you're dumb enough to sign that piece of paper, that's on you. That's not on the union. You didn't even make a phone call and someone's asking you to sign this resignation paper. You just signed your rights away. You're an idiot. Put the gold star on your forehead. Move. You know what? I didn't even, you know what? Congratulations, you signed it. Bye. You're that dumb. You probably shouldn't be working here. Go. That's how I feel about that. You know your rights. You're a union member. Go to a meeting. Talk to somebody.
Wow.
No, there's
Good
no,
point.
there's
That's a
no,
very good
there's
point.
no well. As soon as I saw that, I literally shook my head. I saw that on Facebook, and there was a picture of the resignation. I'm like, if you don't know to call somebody, I'm getting laid off. They want me to sign this? I'm not going to sign my goddamn check anymore.
No, it was sold differently. It was sold. You want two extra weeks' pay.
John,
Sign here if you want
John,
two
let me ask
extra
you
weeks'
something.
pay.
You know better than anybody else. Is anything in this life free? If someone tells you that apple's free, you're paying for that apple somehow.
If a guy comes up to you in a friendly way and say, "Would
Nope.
you like a free Whopper?
Not at
Would you
work.
like a free Whopper? Just sign here. Give you a
Yeah.
free Whopper."
Not at work.
Depends on
Nope.
how hungry you are.
Maybe it's because I was brought up different under Keith Rudy when I was in the city. Nope. I got laid off in the city. So, I mean, I knew. I got laid off, so whatever.
What did you think about the comment that the city manager made about talking to counselors on the phone outside of meetings about restoring the history board job?
Well, I mean, that's his job. I mean, he's got to, I mean, I know what you're saying is, did he have a quorum? If he had everybody on the phone, I mean, that's his job. I mean, he's got to reach out to the
He's
counselors.
communicating with people all day long.
Right. You have to, I mean, look, that's his job. he's got to talk to the council.
He can't just wait for a meeting. He's got to get a feel for, okay, what direction should I go in here?
Right, that's his
Right.
job. I mean,
Yeah, you just have to make sure that you're not.
yeah, you just got to make sure you're not violating the Open Meeting Act.
Yeah.
Talking to them all at once.
Right, I mean, if you don't think I've had conversations with Jill Davis without the other school committee members, you're nuts. Of course I have.
Of course.
I've had conversations with Mike Barton recently about AI. We were just talking about it
Yeah.
without the other school committee members. You gotta, it was a question basically we were asking him, I won't call it the interview, call it the interview process, I guess, to be superintendent. What are we doing with AI? You have to have those conversations. I mean, I know what the text is saying. I mean, you're gonna throw it out in the open forum. It's gonna get out in the open forum anyway. You just can't violate the open meeting law.
There's a workaround for the open meeting law.
Oh, there's absolutely there is.
So they use the workaround.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think there's anything nefarious about it. I mean,
I don't either. I'm trying to find out what the issue is.
I mean, I don't know. Did they add the job back? I don't know if they did or they didn't. I didn't.
I assume that every council talks to the manager at some point during the week. I would hope so.
Yeah, I know.
For
Well,
one thing or another. I mean, there are multitude of issues. I mean, you're not going to cover everything at your meeting, so they'll go for 10 hours.
yeah, no. The manager's absolutely going to call a counselor, or I guarantee that happens every day.
But there are city councils that will tell, and selectmen that will tell their manager, if something comes up at the fire department, I don't want to read about it in the paper. I want to know right now.
Well, that's
And so okay, I better call McDonough because he's hot rocks to know about the fire department.
yeah. I don't think Rita was out of line to ask for that thing, the overtime listed on the side. But she's a counselor. You have that right. If I don't want to go digging for something, I can. Can you
Well,
put it off to the side?
Well, why wouldn't you? It was an issue.
It is.
It is
And
a
look at-
huge issue in the city. I mean, I think that's appropriate. Isn't that what she's supposed to do?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the fire department's doing anything out of line. I think they're short-staffed. You got people out that are hurt, and it's a 24-hour shift. So the guy, stuff happens. I don't feel well. You're out for 24 hours. You don't. Do you want him to come back in halfway, 12? I mean, I don't know how that works. I don't know if he can.
Yeah.
I don't know their contract, but I don't think they're doing anything overtly to make money. They're just short-staffed. If you get them to 220, do we save money that way? Now, you got to look at, sometimes it's cheaper to pay the overtime because you're not paying the benefit package at the end of the day. I mean, you have to run those numbers. Those are numbers you need to run. Is it cheaper to pay the overtime than it is to hire 10 more firefighters with the benefit package?
Yeah.
Because people are like, oh, firefighter, $100,000. Well, okay, well, add the benefit package on that. It's more like 150, 160. Because you get, your health care, your pension, it adds up.
Yes, it
And
does.
I don't know the answer to that question. You know what? I'm not the finance guru. I'm not Connor Baldwin. I'm Lee that does my own stuff with the union. I don't have to deal with that.
McDonough Tufts Medicine 1978.
What?
45.
So it's you have to weigh that stuff. And I mean, for her to ask it, I mean, it makes her life easier. Okay, that's all. I mean, I'm not saying Sean's wrong either by saying it's there. It is there.
Right. But it's not like she's asking.
Now,
She's
not
not
asking
trying
for
to
something-
interfere the day to day.
No, it's not even close. It's something that they can go
It's a totally
click.
different
Right.
issue.
Right.
Well, it wouldn't be a bad idea to have the other troublesome overtime users get that list too. I want everybody that Lee Gitschier is in charge of, his department. I want his overtime budget. I want all of Brady McCarron's overtime budget. You just put the task on the manager's office. I want these three figures once a month. So I know that, look, there's Lee. Look at the overtime Lee's blowing through here.
Right. I mean,
It's a good tool to use, and to say, well, the information's out there. Go look at. I got better. Look at that's what you work for me, buddy. You work for me. Get me
100%.
those numbers, or I will find somebody who will.
that's basically how it works, John. You work for the council. If I want it, you're going to give it to me.
Yeah.
Like the co-op jobs at Greater Lowell. I think back in the day, they never really posted, okay, this is how many co-op jobs.
No, they had to fight for those numbers.
Right, they had to fight for those numbers, a breakdown of what shop's doing what. Now I open my packet up, I can go, I just gave it you. There's 16 kids looking for co-op and electrical. There's 4 jobs open. I asked the question. You could see, license, no license. There's 16 kids that can't get a job because they don't have a license, and we have 4 jobs open. So like Brady was saying, those juniors that are out right now, co-op, they're gonna work all summer for that co-op for that job,
Yep.
for that say plumbing.
Yeah.
They're gonna work all summer for that plumbing. When they roll back into September, they're right back out on co-op every other week.
Yeah.
And they're making real money. And it's a commitment. Like, you still have to work with the employer because some of these kids are playing sports. I'm going to play football, and hey, I got to leave at 3 o'clock for practice.
Yeah.
And it's a commitment. Sometimes, and here's where the coaches out there know they got to juggle it. Like Tommy Caston's been there 30 years. Dave McLaughlin's been there 50. He knows, now, Coach Mack is tough, but he knows, hey, kid's on a job. He can't leave. You got to send that text to Coach Mack saying, I'm stuck here. Yeah, he's going to be aggravated. Coach Cassidy, yeah, he's going to be aggravated. Hey, you're going to make weight for wrestling. I mean, we got to. Are you on target for weight? You got to go run tonight.
Yeah,
It aggravates, but that's the school,
that's right.
and it's much harder to coach out there like that because the kids are working. That's what we
Well,
prepare
that's
them
what it's
for.
about, isn't it?
Right, and that's what we prepare them for, and that's what I mean. I came from there. I understand it. That's why I ran for this. And like Brady's saying, run it again. I'm not going to be sitting on the school committee at 60 years old. That's never happening. It's not going to happen. It's time for Brady, the young kids that came from there, step up. Like I said to the kids, I was in a classroom Monday when we were walking around. I walked in a classroom and I said, you guys, when you graduate, need to come back and give back to the school, to the kids that are sitting there. I'm too far gone from sitting in that classroom. I'm 40 years gone. I mean, I understand the challenges like that. I live that.
Yeah.
But the AI, I don't know what I know what AI is. I'm not going to break down into AI. I'm 57 years old. I don't care about AI.
Yeah. I mean, I'm 14 years out of high school.
Right.
Out of Greater Lowell specifically, I've had my finger on the pulse of vocational education. I've followed it. I've seen the trends. I'm ready to show up, be accountable, and do the job. Because that's the thing. To do this right, you need to be there. Show up to the meetings. Show up and have those hard conversations and the deep discussions to do what's right for these students.
He's right. I like the trends, the vocational trends. I call him up half the time. Brady, what's this? What's this looking at? Because we had a hard decision to make with machine shop. It dwindled down. No one wants to take machine shop, so we're getting rid of the shop.
Right, and you said it
I said it-
perfectly when we had this conversation. Because you never want to see a program close. But it's like, what's happening here that is different than Greater Lawrence? Because that program is thriving there. And you look at the demographic, and you were spot on. You know, the generation that's there, they are the generation of children that their parents were factory workers, and they don't want to follow in
So
that.
to follow up
going
what I
for
said
another
about Greater
skilled
Lawrence,
trade.
why they're in Greater Lowell, we have different ethnicities from Lawrence and Lowell. We have more Asians. They have more Hispanics. The Hispanics, when I fix phone lines in machine shops, it's mostly Hispanics in there working. Our Asian community wants to be engineers. They want to do information technology. They don't want to sit behind a machine, type a program, and watch the machine work. They don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And we lost a lot of kids that way because that's the job. So now we took we grabbed that tech. We lost machine shop. Now we have to incorporate machine shop in with like the engineering,
Right,
CAD,
and
and
that's-
information technology.
that's-
And it's going to happen.
Right, and that's a good thing because, you know, that's a multi-million-dollar shop of equipment, and you're not going to lose all of that.
Yeah, no, that's never happening.
It's
that
time
ship
for
sailed.
higher office for you, Mr. Lee Gitschier.
I'll be brutally honest with you. I was tire kicking the state rep race, and Verizon basically I would have had to retire the day I get sworn in, and I'm not taking a pay cut for the state rep race. It's just not worth it by my time.
Lowell City Council and former Mayor Rita M. Mercer is most worthy of having both public namings.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
true.
Would the
I
upholstery
wish.
department ever come back?
No,
No.
I wish, because that was there when I was there. I don't think it was there when you were there.
Was that fashion?
No, see,
Oh.
see, you don't
'Cause
mess
fa-
with upholstery. See,
Well, because when I was there, there was that fashion tech program, and
Yeah.
that shut down my junior
yeah,
year.
so upholstery was there when I was there, and I took it as a shop, like not a shop, as a exploratory. It was awesome. Like you like cars, like the couch.
Yeah.
It was awesome. I loved it, but no, there's nothing out there.
There's no call for it.
Yeah, there's no call for it out there.
It's cheaper to buy a new car seat.
Yeah, and look at it, like a leather couch. It's cheaper to just go to Jordan's and buy one. You just throw it
Yeah.
away.
Oh, forget
Just get
about
on a
that. Go around the
Mario's
co-
and get a new one.
Exactly,
Yeah,
Mario's.
yeah, Mario's too. Yeah, exactly. You know, John. It just, you know what? That was one of my favorite shops to learn. It was pretty cool. Like you do the car convertibles over.
Oh.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It's pretty cool. There's no want for it anymore, and that's the problem. Like, you need to have a need for it out in the real world for us to
No.
have a shop like Vet Tech. It's a home run.
Question for you about upholstering and, the auto collision.
Yeah.
Is there any sub-segment of that does upholstering, or does that get subbed out?
It probably gets subbed out, right? I mean, I don't think dealerships do it. I don't know who does it. That's a great question because I don't know. I don't know. So upholstery used to be right across from P&D.
Okay, and where?
Right across.
P&D.
Painting and decorating. Painting and decorating.
Oh, like everybody knows that.
I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was talking to. Yeah, I forget. I was having a normal conversation with Brady. Like we're sitting in the bar with a bit. Yes, painting and decorating. Yeah, it's.
Before we end up wrapping up, tell them about your party, Brady.
Once again, Brady McCarron, Lowell resident, proud graduate of Greater Lowell Tech, candidate for Greater Lowell Tech School Committee for Lowell. I'll be on the ballot in Lowell, Drake, at Tewksbury, and Dunstable. All of my signatures have been certified. I am officially on the ballot in November. Kickoff party tomorrow night, Warp and Weft, 5:30 to 8. Stop by, have a great conversation with us. There'll be people there from all different wakes of the world. A lot of people from the career and tech ed segment of my world will be there. So, please, if you have time tomorrow, stop by. Donations are great, but to see you there with your support is much better. And, tell your friends. We can't do this alone. Please go out and vote in November. Thank you.
Do people understand? I don't think anybody understands how that running for this particular
Yeah.
position and all these things. It's ridiculous.
I ran the first time I ran. It was the first year of this new change. People are still confused 8 years later.
It's brutal. It's brutal. I get the one man, one vote thing. I get it. We represent all 4 towns. Like when I take a vote, and you know this, I felt if someone calls me from Tewksbury, Drake, and Dunstable, I answer the phone.
Yeah.
We fix it. You represent all the kids, even though I represent Lowell. So if you live in Tewksbury, his name's on the ballot. You get the vote for this because there's 3 people certified. You get the vote for the 2 of the 3.
Hey, tomorrow's City Life, Evelyn Thorne's going to be the host. Dr. Jay Lang, the guy who runs the Chesford School District, he's going to be here, and Sam Chase. That's tomorrow. City Life. Time is shot, Lynn.
Okay, so when you say that, now I can, even though you're going to represent Lowell,
You can vote.
Yep.
I can vote for you to
Yep.
represent
So your ballot's
Lowell.
going to be long in November. It's going to be very long with all the questions on there. Make sure you get to that part where you see Greater Lowell Tech. You're going to see Lowell.
That's
You're going to
tough.
see Drake. You're going to see
Dunstable.
In Tingsboro.
Yeah, Tewksbury.
Tingsboro.
Yeah.
Got one.
They're all
Yeah.
on there this year.
Yeah, it's going to be, the board's going to change this. Kelly Richardson decided not to run out of Dunstable.
no.
Steve Knocko decided not to run out of Tewksbury. And Freddie out of Lowell, so that there's 3 seats wide open.
Anybody pulling papers? Does anybody know?
This chatter. And
Yeah, that's
Tewksbury.
someone, Tewksbury, no, he pulled papers. Someone on the school committee?
Well, it was on the school.
Oh,
committee.
was,
Last text of the day.
I have a ton of upholstery work. Unfortunately, I have no one to pass down to.
Yeah.
It's not totally dead. Most of my customers are not purchasing
yeah.
Bob's crap.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Great show today. Thank you.
Jay, I wish, I like the shop. I wish we had it. We just don't. There's no,
Now, let me ask you: is there any Vogue school that does offer? Like, let's say
I don't know.
Shawsheen offered it.
I don't know.
Could if you?
Yeah,
were-
he could go to Shawsheen if they offer it. He'd have to look up upholstery I don't know if anybody offers it.
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
If you go to Greater Lowell, can you take a class at Shawshene if they offer that?
It would be through Mass Higher, I would imagine,
Yeah,
night school.
to go there, you'd have to get into their lottery
Yeah, you'd have to get in
system.
their
Oh,
lottery
you
system.
have to go for the.
Yeah,
You'd
you'd
have to go for full enrollment there.
So basically what's happening,
Transportation, everything.
basically what's happening now is there's waiting lists everywhere. So you can't transfer in, like if you want a certain shop, certain trade that we don't offer, like upholstery, say it's at Shawshene, you would be able to go there, but they have a waiting list, so they're not gonna take a out-of-district person over someone in district. They just won't, because there's a waiting list.
On your waiting list, if you have, let's say you're accepting 600 students, is it broken down by shops?
Broken down by towns.
I knew, yes, but not like how many are gonna be accepted for each shop?
Well,
Does that come into that
each
figure?
shop has a set number
Yeah,
of seats, but
seats.
that doesn't affect what you're
The-
Yeah,
accepting
accepting,
because
yeah.
you don't know until the fourth quarter
go
of the
through it.
year
Yeah, what
what
you
shops
get.
they're going into.
Yeah, so like so use right now, say a Tingsboro kid decides he doesn't wanna go to Greater Lowell right now. Whoever number one on the Tingsboro list gets called, not a Lowell kid, not a
Yep.
Draken kid. not a
Thank you for
Dunstable kid.
waking up. Thank you for coming in. Good luck. Everybody
you.
go to his fundraiser tomorrow. What did you say, 5:30?
5:30 to 8, Warpham West.
Good enough. Thank you, guys. Thanks for watching.
Thanks,
I got one question for the audience here, we're off Comcast, we're still on Facebook and YouTube. Thanks for the info, Lee. Your old shop teacher, is he still doing it?
I think he passed away. He was,
Gone to heaven, okay.
yeah, I think he passed away.
So say goodbye, kids, we're gonna shut this off.
Bye-bye.